let's say an adult now. How do you identify an adult that may have, and I didn't even know that adults at an adult age you can be then diagnosed with ADHD. So not knowing as a child that you were this, now we're in the adult phase, and what's going on there? How do you identify that, and what is it? I know that you yourself,
yes,
as an adult, has been diagnosed. So
yes, I was diagnosed after my child was diagnosed, and I can say from my experience that the more I learned about my child's disorder, the more I self-examined. I'm reading as much as I can, and sections of every book had a chapter on being an adult. And the truth is, there's a large percentage of children who are treated or diagnosed as childhood will continue to have symptoms and be impaired into adulthood. That's another myth, that you can grow out of it or it just cures itself. It's only for children. In my life, I found that at the end of the day, I had 2 children. My younger son's 4, has a metabolic disorder. My older son, they both need a lot of my time and attention. I only work part-time. My husband's military is gone all the time, taking care of the house by myself. I'm doing all these things by myself. And I would get to the end of my day and I'd be like, my life is this tedious checklist and I can't finish it. And I have very good friends and very great support, and I would see, here's my girlfriend, she works, she has 2 kids, her house is clean, she knows where her, watch is, she can find her tweezers. I can't seem to get my bathroom clean, I can't seem to do all these things, and at the end of the day, there's nothing left for my husband. I'm like, I can't talk to you, I can't be around you, forget it. And the more I investigated, the more I realized that that I had self-limited myself into a little corner. I can't go back to school. I can't teach these classes.
So tell me, did you go and see a professional?
I did.
You went and seeked out professional help?
I was very fortunate. I went to the same educational specialist who tested my child, and she did extensive verbal and written testing. She basically just kind of scans how your brain processes everything, and she sent me to a psychologist who specialized in adult ADHD, and he had a computer program test that I did. So I had great support from the get-go, but the thing that was the most impactful for me was my marriage. My husband's like, oh, it's just the Amy thing. That's just kind of just the way Amy is. And he's like, I see it. Oh. And that was really wonderful, really nice.
And I just want to make it, make sure that our audience knows it's not, because I tell you what, I have a hard time doing all of this stuff at once too, but it's part of life.
Yes.
You forget where something is, or you do this and you do that. So I don't want everybody to think everyone here has ADHD.
Right. We all have ADHD.
And that's why it's important to really kind of fine-tune what we're talking about, so that not everybody runs to go see a psychologist to tell them, oh, I have ADHD as an adult. There are some extenuating circumstances that really qualify this. And when we're looking at ADHD as an adult, do you know, or have you read, or have you been told by your connections in the medical field that how many people, or what is our percentages? Is there any statistics in reference to as adults?
As adults,
as we're talking about adults.
I don't have numbers specifically on adults, because the parent-to-parent training mainly focuses on children. However, I can say this, that because it's a spectrum disorder, you can have symptoms and they're not impair you. The level of impairment is what you're looking for. For my own testing, what she did was she did an IQ testing that was not limited by attention, and compared it with my performance. And the IQ number went down significantly on my performance, and that's the level of impairment. That's how much it interfered with my ability to perform to my potential.
So knowing this, knowing that you have this, what have you done, or what can be done to, have you in a more normal atmosphere, more normal lifestyle? And is it just being aware that you have this and working through it? Is it medication? What is it?
For me, the change was such a positive change for me. because the things that I always thought that I was hopeless at, I realized were things that I could challenge, but I just didn't, I needed a different method to do it. And it being diagnosed and being treated released me to do what I'm capable of doing, which I couldn't do before. So now I don't try to get everything done, and I ask for more help. And I'm not afraid to put, we have ear silencers like ear protection. I'm not afraid to put those on while I'm making dinner to keep from screaming at the kids because they're bombarding me at the end of the day. I'm like, whoop, and I can talk to you and there's a nice little buffer between me and you, and we just get through our afternoon. I can explain to my husband why it irks the crud out of me that I have to sit in this place on the couch. He's in my eyesight, and he's a fidget. I married a fidget. And so he fidgets, and I can't watch TV when he's in my eyesight, so I always want to sit on this side of the couch. And he's like, oh, diva, you know, what's your problem? And I'm like, now I understand those little things. Also, socially, ADHD adults are the dorks in the room of every walk into. If you're in a room full of people and it's a new social environment, a lot of anxiety, a lot of, yeah, I'm gonna stick my foot in my mouth, they're not gonna understand me. You feel out like a freak and you're hiding until you can get to know people and they can get to understand you and they can understand who you are. When I'm at work or I'm teaching or I tell people, I'm like, if you don't tell me, you can assume I don't know it. Okay? And I will tell you everything. I will overshare so that you don't misinterpret me. I need you to tell me things. And that helps me to stand up for myself where I don't go, I'm just a moron. I'm just stupid. I'm just, you know, I don't know what my problem is. Now I know what my problem is and I work around it.
Can